Okay, so this is our Druid skill list. In the S tier, we have Oak Sage, just such a good skill, massive life, amazing. Hurricane gives you the cold and just the AoE and safety, very, very nice skill. Tornado, massive physical damage. Just the Wind Elemental Druid is so strong. Fire Druid Fissure right here is an amazing skill, one of the best early leveling skills in the game. Cyclone Armor is a straight 100% absorb of elemental damage. Insanity how good it is. Shockwave is in the S tier. Some of you might be like, Shockwave? What? Shockwave is an AoE stun that can last forever. I mean, it just lasts so long.
Thanks for all the great
like,
content. I have enjoyed every month and can't wait to reach
insanely
a decade of
long.
Love.
The Shockwave will go for, at level 20, it's 13 seconds. It's an AoE stun at 13 seconds, 16 seconds at level 25. That means if you have a team, you can just have a bear run up and just go, ruh, ruh, and then just run away. And then all the stuff is stunned for 20, 25 seconds. Absolutely amazing. Great team support right there for like the chaos when stuff gets crazy. And then a big old bear. Just the bear is such a nice summon. He's so tanky. He can just do so much. You gotta love him. Gotta keep him up there. In the A tier, I've got your Wolf transformation, your Fury, your Firestorm, which is also really good in the early game and just one of the probably one of the best level 1 skills in game. Lycanthropy, and then the Heart of the Wolverine, just because that's kind of an alternative to Oak Sage in sometimes, but generally you're going to use Oak Sage. But some people will use this. It depends what you're doing. In the B tier, you have your Molten Boulder, which has some physical and fire damage, so it can be good early on, but then it does kind of fall off a little bit later. I'd actually move it back a little bit. You have Feral Rage, which is nice and good for the wolf form. You've got Rabies, which is actually not a terrible skill and kind of a fun build for a while. Eventually the poison does fall off, though. And then you have Volcano, which is not great of the fire skills, but it's okay for single target if you shove it under like Bale and stuff like that. If he's not moving a lot, Volcano can do an okay amount. So it's not a bad skill. Goes B tier for sure. C tier, you got your Werebear form, just kind of a worse form overall, but it does give you access to Shockwave, which is a big selling point. Your Twisters, just not going to be as strong as Tornado. Your Direwolf is the wolves that you're going to be summoning if you're running a summon, and they're actually not bad. They can get their damage up decently well once they like consume corpses and stuff. Ravens, they're immortal. They only die after they attack a certain number of times, and they blind enemies. So C tier, not bad. And then the Poison Creeper is actually really good in the very start of the game. Insanely good. After that, we have the Solar Creeper. Just doesn't quite do enough for me to get excited about it. Goes down the D tier. None of the other creepers really do. I mean, you could put it even worse. Fire Maul, is that the name of the next skill? Fire Claw. It's kind of a strange, because its synergies come from the fire tree. So you're like running with all of these points in your fire skills, but then you're in bear form and you can't use them, and then you're using Fire Claw. It's a very weird skill. It just doesn't really, a lot's not done with all of that. Your Spirit Wolves are not quite as strong. Your Maul goes right down there, just kind of, again, the Werebear just being a little bit worse. And then another Creeper that's just, again, just the Creepers aren't very good. And then you have Hunger, which, honestly, I'm going to put Hunger up here in the D tier. I think the Hunger's at least better than these Creepers, so we'll move them down. And your Vine's not as good. Armageddon is just a trash skill. You have to go through both sides of the elemental tree to get to it, and then it drops like a single like comet or meteor or whatever it is in like once every 3 seconds in this giant random area. It's so bad. It's just one of the worst skills. They need to quadruple the rate that it drops for it to even be mildly okay. Arctic Blast, just pure garbage, F tier, nothing there whatsoever. And then Spirit of the Barbs just doesn't do anything. And you have 2 other really good spirits, so why would you ever run Spirit of the Barbs? It just doesn't make sense. So there's some good on the Druid tree, and there's some very bad on this tree. There's a G tier that needs to exist for a couple of these skills, that's for sure. So anyways, that's our Druid skill tier list. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below.